Hello, my name is Goggins, and I'm sitting in my studio in Asheville, North Carolina, getting ready to record a podcast. 4 years ago, I didn't think I was going to be doing this. Matter of fact, this was beyond even my wildest dreams that this is what I would be doing. Today, I'm doing it, and I'm very happy to be doing it. 4 years ago, I was living in Indianapolis, Indiana. I had a great job. I was working for one of the largest community college networks in the country. I had a beautiful home. And I had a family, a great family. I still have that family, and they're doing wonderful. They're doing fantastic. And as a father, I'm an extremely proud man, and grandfather. I'm an extremely proud man. But there was something missing. There was a hole in my life. I was doing what I had to do, but nowhere in my life was I doing what I want to do. I wasn't living the dream. I wasn't giving myself gifts. And I'm not talking about cars and toys of that nature. No, I'm talking about the gifts inside, the things that fulfill you as a person. At that point, I got so miserable that I ended up stepping back from my job, ended up accepting a job making far less money. And I ended up moving from my home. I ended up still own the home, but I ended up moving into an apartment. And eventually I ended up telling everybody and doing this that I'm moving to Asheville, North Carolina from Indianapolis, Indiana, and I was going to write books and live in the mountains and be a quote unquote a hermit. Well, I went to Asheville and I actually started writing books. Matter of fact, I started writing a book that I was extremely passionate about. I haven't finished that book yet. You will see it soon. But one day I was teaching at a prison with inmates. And while I was teaching those prisoners, I asked them a question. I said, "Hey, what are you guys going to do when you get out of prison?" And they were giving me stories. They're going to go to their favorite restaurant. They're going to hang out with friends they haven't hung out with in a long time, hang out with family they haven't hung out with in a long time. One person actually said they were going to meet their daughter for the very first time. And they were extremely happy about that. And I let them go ahead and say what they wanted to do the day they got out of prison because they deserved to tell us what they were going to do the day they got out of prison. But guess what? I asked them the question again. I said, "No, what do you want? What are you going to do when you get out of prison?" Room went silent. Room went dead silent. They couldn't answer that question. Some of them had up to 10 years to ask that question. What do I want out of life? What do I want out of the rest of my life? And they did not answer that question. And it kind of got me, it kind of stunned me, come to think about it, because I'm like, wow, you should be thinking about that. You should be looking in the mirror. You should be looking at yourself. You should be contemplating what your life and building your life and designing your life about what it should look like. And then I was driving, going back to the hotel. And as I was driving back to the hotel, I said, "You know what? I bet you if I drove past 15 people and asked them the same question, I may get the same response." Because going back to what I said before, a lot of us do what we have to do because we have to go to work. We have to have a job. We have to pay our bills. We have to eat. We have to sleep. We have to make sure we're model citizens in their communities and in the country. But you know what? We don't ever ask ourselves what we want. As a matter of fact, our parents even raise us to do what we have to do to survive. Life is more than just survival. Life is something to enjoy. You're not here that long, and there's already enough miserable stuff in here as it is. So you have to try to make sure you enjoy. You have to know what you want. You have to know your purpose. And so what I did, I stopped writing that book that I really wanted to write, and one day I am going to finish it. But I went ahead and I wrote this. This is called The 4 Ps of You. And The 4 Ps of You this is the first book in the series of the 4 Ps. I'm going to cover all of them individually. The 4 Ps are purpose, planning, passion, and persistence. And this is a book of short stories. Some of the short stories that I have in there are stories of triumph. There are other stories that I have in there are stories of defeat. But you know what? Each story has a valuable lesson in how to achieve your purpose and how to do it methodically and intentionally, and how to do it with passion, because you know what? You need that passion because life is hard and you're going to need to be persistent. Please, you can purchase this book at Amazon, Barnes and Noble. You can purchase it Google, anywhere that you purchase books online, or even in bookstores throughout the country. There will be links in the podcast notes. There will be links in the notes here on this YouTube channel. Thank you very much. And again, like I said, 4 Ps of You. Love for you to read it. Thank you.